What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. After Sound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys, let's talk about the newest airdrop card that will be going into the conflict system soon. Obviously, we are still maybe about a week plus left for Kai, but after Kai is done, we have our first legendary neutral unit for the airdrops, and then I believe it's going to go over into the summoners next. So very, very exciting stuff. Now, this to me is a very clear response to what is currently the meta, which is Grimbardun Smith and Lily Shieldpaw, and you're going to see why. Now, first and foremost, okay, you got the card here. We'll just go through all the stats real quick. You got 7 mana, right? And at the highest levels, it's got 7 damage, which is kind of crazy. But even at the lower levels, right? So you start off at bronze, it's 4 damage, 3 speed, 5 health. And it has a new ability here, okay? So you do get pierced from the get-go. This ability is called Charge, and if I remember correctly, you can place the unit anywhere and it will attack the primary tank. So you could hide it somewhere in the background and it will attack whatever the tank card is. So that's pretty cool. It's like a melee mayhem type of ability where, you know, you can place them either in the front if you want to, even though there's not much health and no armor. But, you know, you could also hide them in the back. Venka the Vile, hide her in the back, I think is what it was in terms of the lore. So let's actually look here. Once you're in silver, you get an additional attack, additional health. You also get, and this is where the Grimbardun killer comes through, is Oppress, because now it's doing double damage, meaning that it's doing 10 damage to anybody with no attack, which Grimbardun fits the bill for. On top of that, you get Pierce. So Grimbardun is known for having that armor, which it can also repair its own armor. So this is going to be something that comes in and definitely tears that apart. Going into gold, now you have 6 damage and an additional speed, 6/4, right? Same ability set. And then finally, at the end, you have 7 damage for 7 mana, which is kind of crazy. You have an additional speed. So this card is going relatively quickly, you know, at 5. Same health, and then you also get trample. So if by any chance you take on Grimbardun Smith, you're doing 14 damage, and I guess that is reduced to 7 with Grimbardun because Grimbardun usually has shield unless it's like a level 1 or level 2 card. But still, if you take Grimbardun out, well, all of a sudden you're doing 7 damage to the next card as well. So this is going to be something that I think shakes up the meta quite ridiculously in a good way, because people have been complaining about Grimbardun Smith and Lily Shieldpaw being really the only thing that matters at the higher levels. And so having this card come out, and you know, we're maybe about a month plus, maybe 40-ish days or so away from the card actually seeing the battlefield. There's still some time, but just know if you have been playing the Lily Shieldpaw and Grimbardun Smith combo, your days may be numbered. And once this card is out and in the wild and modern formats, then you will definitely need to make sure you are not setting yourself up for failure, as it now has a pretty decent counter to it. Keep in mind, I mean, there's a lot of other things that it could be juiced up with, like Inspire or Ambush, right? If it's given Ambush, all of a sudden it's doing twice the amount of damage pretty early on. So I think that there's a lot of opportunities to do really cool stuff with this. It's also very good against someone like Bakjira, right? Another fantastic tank up front. So, you know, it's gonna mix things up all around, which I am very, very excited for. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Is this the perfect kind of, not counter, because it's not quite the or nerf is what I meant to say. It's not the nerf, right? Because obviously nothing is changing for Grimbardun Smith, but is it the perfect counter? Is it the perfect balancing by the team to release a card like this so that if you have Grimbardun, or maybe more importantly, if you don't have Grimbardun Smith, this is a card that you want to have, at least at the silver level, because then you get that Oppress ability, plus you're doing 10 damage. So let me know if this is something that you are planning on going for, if you are going to be buying more packs in terms of, trying, or more packs, I guess, or more cards in terms of trying to raise your overall conflict points. For me, this is a card that I think I will need. Granted, I don't have a max level Lily, I don't have a max level Grimbardun Smith, but I do run into it quite often, and it'd be kind of cool just to get 3 BCX of this card, depending on how expensive it is, and have a nice counter to that if I see somebody else running that play. It would actually be cheaper for me to do that than getting the Grimbardun Smith play. So it's going to be interesting, but it's definitely a card on my radar, and I will be heavily focusing on it. And then we get into the legendary summoners afterwards, which should be very, very exciting. But yeah, like I said, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.